Coach's Corner. D-Chat. Coach Corner. Coach Corner. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to one of my former athletes. Former athlete. Didn't really do all the work prior to where we're going to our intensity levels. And, you know, here towards the Open and the regionals and the games. And this is them now. Hello. Do the work. You won't die. It will hurt. It's supposed to. Actually, this is a skull I got in Mexico. It's supposed to be a Mayan guy, if anyone can see it. It's actually pretty neat. Nobody's actually died that I'm aware of. So, let's talk about what's changing. So, we're going into growth strength changes. We're getting preparation for MoFo. MoFo, if you haven't done it yet, aptly named. What we're adding in is two density pieces. This is a strength piece, this is a stamina piece, this is a density piece. Density piece has to do with getting work done, more work done per unit of time. So, you're doing a 10 by 2 and a 10 by 3. 10 by 2 and a 10 by 3. We're going to do this Texas style, which is a linear progression. So, here's the way it should be. Here's your press. Your press is 100 pounds. Let's say that you're going to start out at 95 pounds of your normal 2 rep max. So you're going to do all 20 reps. Now add 2.5 pounds or add 5 pounds to it and get up there. So in other words, you're going to add small increments. You're going to do the same weight for every set. The same weight for every set. So you should, a good way of kind of estimating is 93% of what your former 2 RMs had been for whatever that lift is. So that may or may not be, depending on your skill and your strength and your stamina, may or may not be something you can actually do. Some of you guys will be able to hit new 2 RMs in this particular protocol, which is kind of boggling because I've had some of the athletes PR their lifts during MoFo training, which there's no science that supports it, but it just freaking happens. I don't understand, but it happens. We're going to run with it. So you'll see this scattered into it. You notice that we now have 8 elements. 8 elements that are for our strength training, strength and stamina training, and we have 8 set protocols, 9 movements. So they're going to rotate through 72 total data points. 72 total data points over a 9-week cycle. Think about that. Okay, here's the other thing I wanted to kind of touch on so you guys don't mess it up. Pretty good, didn't say fuck it up that time. Pretty PC of me. GPP continues on. In order to go to the CrossFit Games, you must do CrossFit. Secret. Growth strength, this stuff. Accessory work. You're going to start to see these elements have always been treated as discrete elements. In other words, they were done individually. So during this first part of the season, from the games till now, or till 2 weeks ago, you've seen these things operating individually. Now we're going to start to combine them. So you're going to see endurance with growth strength. Endurance with growth conditioning. They're going to be combined, that growth strength, that applied strength. You're going to see somebody like, for instance, you put 80% of your 1 rep max on your clean, and then you go push a butcher for 25 meters and do that AMRAP for 12 minutes, or whatever the protocol might be. It's actually a pretty good protocol. You may see that one again. So what's going to happen is normally you had these 8 elements that you were training. Now you're going to see them combined. Like for instance, the endurance and plyometrics, or the growth strength and the plyometrics may be combined because they want to have those kind of linkages. This would be a great protocol. After every set of 2, you do 1 box jump. Get that real explosive move, get back in there. So, you'll see it on the websites twice. Don't do them twice. Do them once. Different people have different accesses. Like for instance, level 1 has an access, level 2, level 3, level 4 competitors program, whatever it might be. Masters have a different one. They need to all integrate. And as we move towards the games and move towards the regionals, which regionals are super important. Open, if you haven't done the work, you're going to have a rough time of it. If you've done the work, the Open's not going to be that big a deal. Regionals is a big data point. You got to be good at about this many things. That many? How many is that many? That many. That many. Not many things. You don't have to be good at very many things. You need to be good at a couple of things very good. It's really terrible English, but I'm going to let this cut stay. Bottom line is you're going to see less things to do. which means that I expect you to do it at higher intensity levels. In other words, you're going to have less shit to do, but you're going to I want you to raise your intensity, how hard you're hitting it. I want you to hit it as hard as you possibly can now. And the other side of it is nutrition and rest. Try to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Clicking my heels together, toed out, probably unlikely for most people. But guess what? If you're a CrossFit Games level athlete and you really want the games, rest is a huge portion of it. The other side of it is calories. Start tracking your total calorie intake. Very important. Macronutrients, micronutrients, supplementation. You guys can work with Renaissance, or you guys can work with Paul Noble's thing, which is Eat to Perform. Love those guys. They will work with you guys. Totally cool on it. Great for taking nutrition into it. The other side of it is a lot of you guys, with this intensity level increasing, you're going to need to eat more. And you already think like you're pigs. You're not. You need to eat more. You guys have no body fat. Guess what happens? You raise your intensity level, you get too scrawny, you get injured. Any questions? Don't do it. Don't do it. Do the work. Do it smart. Get rest. Get nutrition. That's it. That's all I got. Coach's Corner, D-Chap, out.